Good afternoon, guys. We're back with another video on the abandoned WRX. We're actually gonna go pick up some paint match doors for the Subaru. We're getting a pretty solid deal. We're getting those two doors and the driver's side door, all in the same paint color. Way better condition than the current ones we have. And then I also started to tear apart our good motor that we're going to be tossing in the car. I have ordered a turbo inlet. I'm waiting on a few other small things like spark plugs. And then I swapped over the power steering pump. And then just fixed some of the, hoses, like the PVC hose, because that was kinked before. And then also got the turbo off. And basically just cleaning this thing up, getting it ready to get fully assembled, and then drop in the WRX. And then I also had to swap over the AC compressor as well, because the plugs are actually different. But yeah, other than that, I got new belts on it. Not new, but used belts that were good, that I had laying around in my parts pile. And then also ended up getting off this crusty ass shield because it was just falling apart and I didn't want it to rattle. Alright guys, it's the next day. We picked up the doors last night and here they are. Just want to show you guys them real quick. They are pretty mint. I mean, besides a small dent right here, driver's side door, and then the passenger side door as well. We picked those up last night, so we're gonna be tossing them on today while we're waiting on parts for the motor. I did forget to show you guys. I'll let you guys see real quick. But you can see the exhaust side turbine is literally just chilling in there. Look at that. Never seen something like that before. And then the inlet is just fucked. It's even missing like the bolt. You can see that's just what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, it was pretty messed up, but it is windy as shit here in Minnesota today, so we're not going to be working on the car outside. So we're gonna get the Subi rolled in. Yeah, once we get the car rolled in, we're gonna do a quick vacuum. Once we get the doors off, we're gonna take all the seats out, because you can see it is filthy in here. So, and it's windy as shit here in Minnesota. So we're gonna get the car rolled in the garage, get the new doors on, get it vacuumed up, and pretty much do whatever we can on the car while we're waiting on parts for the motor. So yeah, let's get this thing rolled in and get going on it.
I'm making tunes, I ain't missing, I won't lose. Let's go to an island where the water around is blue, blue, blue. I got two bad bitches in the coop, coop, coop. 42 in the bottle, glasses on full too. Ain't no games, I ain't playing, I want you, yeah. Take a trip, let's go shopping, I got blues, yeah. We got options you could choose. Yeah, you want it, I can buy it, ain't no rules, yeah. I'm just saying, let me help you upgrade you, yeah. Fuck that nigga, he don't care about you, yeah. Girl, move on. He can't treat you like I do, my money too long. I got homies for your friends and we can group on. We are early, hit our shot like Curry. Bitch, I wanna shoot, shoot, shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a blue. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, bad, I wanna shoot, shoot, shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got
So, I got some bad news. So these so-called paint match doors that I even asked the dude for the color code 01G, and he even told me it was 01G, and they're not 01G. I mean, you can see the difference clear as day. Like, not even close. I mean, I'm colorblind, so that's why I asked him for the code, because I can't see colors very well. And for me, like, when they're off the car, they look the same. But obviously when they're on the car, I can see that they're not the same color. And on Subies, there's no paint code on the doors to tell. So that sucks. So we're out some doors. All right, so doors back off, fenders is off now. I'm gonna do a quick vacuum. You can see that it is filthy. I'm just gonna do a quick before and after, and then other than that, I mean, I can't really do much on the car since I'm waiting on the parts, and the car really doesn't need a ton. I did message a guy to see if he would refund my money, or if he would, do anything, but I doubt it. Shit happens, so I just did a quick little vacuum and wipe down. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but it is a lot cleaner in here. Obviously, once the car's done, it's gonna get a deep clean by my brother. Like, you can see that the seats need to be like extracted for sure, but it's a lot better with just a quick little vacuum. We really don't have a ton left on the car. We basically just gotta finish the motor, finish assembling that once we get the parts, and then all the fluids need to be done on the car, like obviously fresh oil change, fresh coolant, fresh power steering, fresh brake fluid, fresh trans fluid, fresh diff fluid. So all that's going to be done here, because I mean, obviously that stuff probably hasn't been changed in a long time, maybe even never. But other than that, that's all the car needs to basically run and perform good. Obviously the tune that's on the car, I don't know what kind of tune is on the car, so we're gonna have to try and get it to reset to a factory tune, because I will be putting a stock downpipe on, so the car will basically be 100% stock. Besides, it will have a catback exhaust on, but it's gonna have stock injector, stock fuel pump, stock downpipe, stock air intake, stock intercooler, stock blow-off valve. Pretty much everything is going to be stock on the car, performance-wise. So we will be running a stock tune with just a catback. And then the only other little things we got to do on the car is fitment, which I'm actually going to do shortly here, just so we can get the car to kind of tuck a little better, so it won't rub. Other than that, there's not a ton to do on the car. It was honestly a pretty solid car to rescue and fix, because it doesn't need a lot. We're going to get the rest of the exhaust off the car, and then we're going to get the rear jacked up, and then we're going to dial in. We're going to try and push in the wheel a little bit with just a little bit of camber, just so the wheel will tuck.
First, never put you last. Way you shake that ass made me wanna throw some cash. Girl, you way too bad, throw that nigga in the trash. You know I'm gonna...
So, the car's already got camber bolts. It's already got camber bolts. Let me show you guys. Let me show you. It might be loud, but just bear with me. Watch the hub. see how it's moving back and forth? It's already got like slotted bolts in there. So now I don't even have to do it. I'm gonna leave the other side. We're gonna leave the other side and we're gonna wait until we can get alignment on the car. So we're not gonna mess with that since it's already got rear camera bolts on the side, on the backs. Last thing on my to-do list for today until all the other parts come in for the car. The car doesn't need a ton, but next weekend we are going to be working on Caleb's bug eye, and that's going to be a project and a half. I'll tell you that right now. This is Caleb's bug eye. It's got no motor, no drivetrain, pretty much nothing. I mean, let me show you guys here in a second. So you can see it's pretty much got nothing. Interior is gutted as well. As you can see, God, that sun. Interior is gutted. There's not even seats in here, so he's gonna borrow some seats from me. But we are gonna be taking the entire drivetrain besides the motor out of this car. God, it's windy. So we're gonna be taking the trans, the drive shaft, all 4 axles, and the diff out of the parts car, and it's gonna be going in his bug eye. So that's gonna be a job in itself. And then his motor is getting delivered this Wednesday, and we got to go through that real quick. And then when he comes into town this coming weekend, we are gonna basically try and get the car running in a weekend, which may not seem like a lot of work, but when you live in the Midwest with rust, it's a lot of work. That's pretty much a wrap for the day. I mean, we don't really have a ton more that we can do on this car. The exterior stuff is gonna be done after the car is running, because I want to focus on getting the car running first and making sure it's solid first, because obviously we're gonna be replacing the doors, so we got to find some actual paint matched doors to put on the car so we don't have those big ass dents. Anyways, that's it, so we'll see you in the next video. Peace.